Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming 3 first-timers in the studio this morning from CE King High School. They are all alumni, and they have come together for a great Hurricane Harvey toy drive relief. Please welcome Priscilla Garza, who is the co-founder of CE King Alumni Association. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Go ahead, get comfortable. Yeah, the mic moves. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
We also have Mr. Richard Bonton, who is running for state representative. Did I say your name right, brother?
Bonton, yes,
Bonton.
sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning and welcome.
To you as well.
And Mr. John Jay Potillo, who is the sheriff's deputy point of contact. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we're doing well. So talk to us, Priscilla. Tell us real quick about CE King and what it is that you all, what your mission is.
Well, our mission is to service Sheldon kids. Harvey will not steal Christmas this season, and our goal is to make sure that every kid in Sheldon has at least one toy to open for Christmas this year. CE King in the Sheldon area is usually forgotten.
Yeah.
It's very hidden and it's sandwiched in between 2 major areas, and we don't want anybody to forget about our Sheldon kids. So we're promoting this toy drive in hopes of alleviating some of the stress that the parents already have, because they're already stretched so much.
Oh yeah, I mean, just from a mental standpoint, I think about families worrying about their kids at Christmas time, because some of them have lost some things, some of them have lost everything.
Exactly. And there's still many families in our community that are still living out of tents and still not completely in their homes because of Hurricane Harvey. And Christmas is just a little bit harder.
Indeed. So, Mr. Bonton, you are using your charter school. But give us a little bit of history about you. Tell us about yourself real quick, and I understand that you are running for state representative. Good stuff, by the way.
Definitely appreciate you. Excuse me. Richard Bonton from the Road School. The school was started back in 2007 by Michelle Bonton, who's my mother, actually.
Okay.
We've been in the community ever since. I'm a 2002 graduate of CE King, so been there a long time. From the neighborhood, born. I'm tripping over my words. Excuse me. Ran the streets all up and down through there. So I'm just honored to even be here working with like-minded people to make sure that our neighborhood gets the light that's needed in the subdivision.
Indeed. And can you talk about the devastation there? Because, an old co-worker of mine, he told me about the situation in you all's neighborhood, because it was his neighborhood as well.
Right.
And so hence how you all came on. Shout out to Terrence Gredison, a.k.a. T-Star. What up, Stara? So, yeah, talk about what happened there and the devastation.
The devastation, that area is one of the hardest areas hit in Houston. We still have people that are suffering from it currently right now. Even as I walk the streets saying, hey, I'm running for state representative, you still see a lot of stuff that is stuck on the side of the roads. Just basically a lot of the debris from the homes. People are just now starting to get back. You still have a lot of people that are not even in their homes. So it definitely affected the area in a big way. Yeah.
And Mr. Potillo, how did you what made you want to be a part of this?
Well, I'm from the CE King area. I have 9 kids that gone through the Sheldon School District. We've been blessed to be part of a community. Although forgotten by many, we're a close-knit community. As candidate Bond said, we're forgotten. Mm-hmm. And as that water fell, a lot of hopes and dreams fell with it. Mm-hmm. But what Harvey didn't expect is our tenacity as a community. We rose up as fast as that water did.
Yeah.
And although all the upper hands forgot about us, our community bonded together, and we drove each other out of that water. chest high.
Literally drug each other out of that water, hand
Yeah.
in
We
hand.
didn't have the fancy equipment. We didn't have the big boats. We used mattresses. We used blow-up rafts. We had children in blow-up buggies and stuff like that. So it's emotional because we are Sheldon Strong.
Yeah,
And
indeed.
no one's going to break us down. Harvey ain't going to steal from us. We're going to take back what it tried to take.
Absolutely. And immediately, you all started doing that. Houston started doing that immediately. I wasn't in town that weekend. I've told this story on this program 11 times. I'm from Ohio, so I was back home in Ohio. My brothers had threw a fight party for the Mayweather-McGregor fight. And so I had flew home for the weekend for my brother's fight party, not knowing that a hurricane was going to hit, that weekend. So what was supposed to be a weekend stay, I ended up being stuck for 9 days because I could get back to Houston because of that. But watching all of the devastation and the rescuing efforts on national television, on cable news, and earlier that month we had just had Charlottesville, and so my view and the way that I was feeling about humanity was pretty low. Because I'm like, dang, here we have a guy in office who is pushing this type of mess, and what this isn't our country. You know what I'm saying? This isn't us. But as I'm watching the people of Houston, Texas on TV say, forget it, thank you, FEMA, thank you, U.S. government, thanks, but we don't need you. We'll do it ourselves. We got this. And so to see everybody rally around each other, it didn't matter your socioeconomic status, your sexual orientation, what color you were, what religion, what political party you were affiliated with. None of that mattered. And the haves and the have-nots came together to help each other. And I think it was a lesson, I hope it was a lesson for the haves to know that just like that, you can be like the have-nots because you guys were both in the same situation, because a natural disaster does not discriminate.
Yes.
You listen to Access Houston. We're talking to the CE King Alumni Association. They're having their Harvey Didn't Steal Christmas toy drive. When is the toy drive?
Well, we are collecting toys the 16th and 17th of December at the Rhodes School. And the 16th is it's going to be a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're collecting toys. The 17th, the following day, also we're collecting toys at the Rhodes School from 1 to 3 p.m. And then the distribution of the toys will be the 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the distribution of toys is it's going to be a really good day. We're going to have a Santa Claus, and then the child is going to have an opportunity to take a picture with Santa Claus. After that, our current students from CE King are going to escort the child to pick out whatever toy they choose. And then from there, the community donated moonwalks, and people are volunteering to do face painting, and we're going to do an ornament craft for Christmas. So it's like a winter fest. It's going to be a good
I was about
time.
to say that, like, this is a festival. There's a lot of activities going on. I would like to know from each of you what this feels like.
It's
To
an
give
honor.
back.
It's an honor. My experience with Harvey, I was able to be one of the lucky ones that the water did not come into my home, which allowed me the opportunity to build and create this page, the CE King Relief Rebuild website, Facebook page. And from there, people just started joining, and it started growing, and we're up to 4,000 members in my group. And from there, we're able to distribute information, and, neighbors helping neighbors. It's a beautiful thing, actually. Even if you can't give them money, you can give them help by even babysitting their child, because
Some
their
time.
daycare was destroyed, so the daycare's down. If it's just cooking a hot meal, that's what we did at home at that particular afternoon. Actually, we started making tacos, and then we went out there and just gave tacos to whoever was hungry. But it's, in regards to a feeling that I get, it's an honor to serve the Sheldon community.
Indeed. Mr. Bonton.
To me, it's an honor as well. Oftentimes you hear about superstars having so much money, being able to go back and they can give and do this, that, and the third for their community. But I think this means more because I haven't talked to Ms. Garza in years, and we graduated together. Just met him today, Mr. Potillo today, and again, just with us talking, just like-minded ideas coming up. At the end discussion, it is all about the community at the end of the day. So it's bigger than myself. Even though Ms. Garza started this site, it's bigger than her as well, because again, it's allowing for each and every person to reconnect with true intent of helping, because any in between of trying to do harm to anyone in the group, it's alerted right away as opposed to finding it out later. So even though I'm able to be a part of what's going on, definitely a huge shout out and kudos to Ms. Garza and Ms. Cipriana as well for taking time, putting it together, and just going above and beyond what they really had to.
Indeed. And Jay, how about you, man? What does this feel like to give back to your community, to your neighborhood?
It's a privilege to be chosen by God, for him to trust us.
Yeah.
He could have chose anybody, but he chose us three, along with Cipriana and countless others who I know deserve more credit than us. But it's a privilege to be able to lift someone's spirit. Yeah. My son sent me something. He's a U.S. Marines Corps Staff Sergeant. And he sent me something real quick. It just, he says, if you reflect on your own life and recall what it's meant to receive a toy at Christmas, you cannot help but realize the positive impact that a new toy had on your life. It's painful to think about the impact a Christmas without a toy has on a child, and how adversely it can impact his or her self-esteem and future. Some never recovered, and ultimately some never realized their potential. So this is more than just a toy drive. It's reminding these children, these families, that we care.
Them.
Yeah.
And we care.
You're not forgotten. By no means.
Indeed. And Houston, you can do your part. Please tell them how they can help donate to the toy drive. The toy drive is next Saturday and Sunday, but go ahead, give them all the information.
Okay, if you could bring a new unwrapped toy, any ages from 17 and under, high school kids, they need love too, so we want to make sure that we include those kids. A new unwrapped toy for Christmas. If you could bring it to the road school. We are collecting toys from the 16th at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then on the 17th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's when we're collecting toys at the road school. Distributions will be on the 23rd. So if you want to come out and watch all the smiling kids receive their toy and make a craft with them, that would be amazing. You're more than welcome to join us. But we are collecting toys on the 16th and 17th of December at the road school.
Indeed. And then, you know, we live in a social media world. Everybody gets everything from these devices. They hold in their hand. So give the Facebook page so people can go and like it and join and get more information and whatever other social media
yes, sir.
sites.
It's CE King Rebuild Relief. It's a Facebook page, and it is a closed page. But if you answer the questions, make sure that you're from the CE King area and you want to help us, we'll add you. But if you go to the CE King Relief Facebook page, that's where you can get more information.
Indeed. Thank you. Oh, and gentlemen, you guys want to shout out your social medias as well, where they can follow you? You all are here. Well, of course, you, Mr. Bonton, who is Mr. Richard Bonton, running for state representative.
Running for state representative for District 142. You can find me on Facebook, just simply Richard Bonton, or on Instagram at Bonton Richard.
Indeed. And Mr. Potillo.
And if you want to reach out to me, need assistance and you're in the Sheldon area or CE King area, John Jay Potillo, just look it up on there and friend me. I have a public page, so I'm easy to get a hold of.
Indeed. Well, I thank you all for coming through. CE King Alumni Association, Priscilla Garza,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Richard Bonton, and John Jay Potillo. Thank you all for coming on the program.
Thank you so
Thank you, sir.
much.
Thank you for having us.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Please forgive me. I don't know what is going on with my voice. Like, it's just weird today. So
Pray for you.
but please do that. We're going to fight through this. But welcoming back from Live Out Loud, my main man, Josha Dada.
Thanks
Good
for having
morning,
me,
sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me once again.
And you have linked up
Yeah.
with another gentleman who I often thought, well, this is something that has come into fruition for me because you too, and I'm talking about Jarren Smalls here from Legends You Live. Jarren.
What's up?
Dang, my voice.
Yeah,
It's so
you-
messed up. I'm
you
struggling.
Come on, brother.
Come on, take your time.
Waters.
Take your time. Take your time.
Jarren and Joshua, I always thought that you two would collaborate and do something, and you are. So to see you two here without the countless numbers of times that you've been on this program individually, to see y'all together is great. And of course, we're also welcoming an H-Town staple, a pillar
one and
in
only.
the community.
Oh, come on, man.
One and only.
Sings,
Come on.
he
Deacon
dances, he does
Field.
comedy.
Come on,
He does,
man.
He's an internet
Come on, keep it
sensation.
coming.
Oh, come on,
Ladies
man.
and
Come on.
gentlemen, the incomparable Phil Wade is
Yeah,
in
man.
the building.
I am yet a humble servant of the community, striving to bring our people together.
Right on.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning, man. Yeah, it's just again, it's a blessing to be able to work with these two cats.
Yeah, man.
We all went to the same school and graduated from the same alma mater, so we know what type of people
Don't
we are.
shortchange the school that we went to. We went to the greatest HBCU.
Yeah, right on.
Probably the best university in the country, Prairie View University.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man. So
That's right.
Okay.
The pride of Prairie View A&M
It's here.
is in
Right on.
these studios.
Absolutely.
It's in here.
Absolutely.
And y'all doing something really special this holiday season. Let's talk about the charity holiday concert.
Yeah, man, it's the third year.
Third year.
Something me and Phil, we sat down and saw this 3 years ago and was like, we love entertainment and why not give back while doing it? So here we are growing slowly but surely, what I mean? But it's a beautiful growth, so, and we brought on Jarren this year. I've worked with Jarren before with the charity holiday concert, and he's booked me to speak at some of his events. And so he has a campaign going on this year that we definitely want to use the platform of the concert to try to help benefit that campaign.
So it's the Defend the Legends campaign. You already know I always come up here talking about helping kids.
Right.
Because these kids always need help for some odd reason, which is weird. But the campaign is called Defend the Legends. We're trying to raise $100K by May to give $100,000 worth of scholarships to high school kids. After we do our big annual senior fest that we do every year for graduating seniors. So Joshua called me and was like, hey, man, look, I think it'd be a good time for you to come out there, talk about what you're trying to do. I've been seeing you on social media talk about it. You've been raising money, selling stuff. And let's see if we can just add on to the value of trying to get to that number.
Absolutely.
So there's nobody really right now that is really trying to do something like that for kids in the city in a big level. And I'm, Legends Who Live is trying to put that task out and say that we want to, take on an initiative to really help them. And not only to give them scholarships, but to help with resources for the school, after-school programs. A lot of stuff that's getting cut, essentially, that the kids need.
Yeah. It's very much needed, and I'm glad that you all are doing this. How important for Phil for you to be a part and a host for the third time in a row?
Yeah, most definitely. Being a host is the fun part. But also with JD, I get the opportunity. He gave me the opportunity to also perform and, flex my other muscle.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to get on stage and sing a tune. Yeah, Lord. Yeah.
And it's so perfect. I mean, Houston has been through so much this year.
man, yeah.
I mean, from Harvey to being on top of the world. But a lot of kids, a lot of families lost a lot of things.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Man.
Some lost
Definitely.
everything.
Right.
The relief gang, they
Sure.
started out like right when Hurricane Harvey hit, and I'm pretty sure they didn't know what they were signing up for. I went out there to donate my time with them a couple days, but after that, I even had to get back to making money and try to get back to work. But somehow they found it in their time and their schedule to do this 2 months later. They're still helping families out, going knocking down drywall, donating supplies, and I don't know how they do it. So what we did this year is say, okay, since we normally collect toys and supplies, this year we're donating everything to the relief gang, you know, and I'm again much love to them. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to them, no doubt. But, so how can people?
So it's again, it's the third annual charity holiday concert happening at Mercy, which is at 1505 St. Emmanuel Street on December 15th.
December 15th.
Doors open at 6:30 p.m. It's a family-friendly event. Bring the kids, come out, have some fun, watch some great performers perform. Again, Mr. Phil Wade, I almost call him Dr. Phil Wade.
Yes, Dr. Phil. You know, my DJ name used to be DJ Dr. Phil.
So, yeah, we got Phil Wade performing. We got one of the Houston great performers, Toby Nwigwe, and then we got a lot of other great performers. And it's all for a good cause. So, you know, come have fun and then also give back and help stimulate the city of Houston.
Especially if you love live music.
Yeah, man.
Definitely if you love live music. It's the perfect compliment.
Band, you know, Houston-based band. So, yeah.
What's the plans for the holidays for you gentlemen?
Man, seeing as much family as I can. And, of course, you know, there are various events going around, charity holiday events, not only ours. A lot of people are doing great things in the city, so they're putting on for themselves, using their brand to the utmost and having events. So I'm a part of that, hosting a few things in the city. And then, you know, my family is spread out. I got family in New York, New Jersey, Dallas. So I'm going to try to move around when I can.
Right. Indeed.
Nice. We got a thing that we're getting ready to do for teachers called Teachers Appreciation Day.
Tad.
So we're going to actually do a happy hour for all the teachers in the city at Prospect Park, Willowbrook.
Nice.
And they actually get to come and they get 20% off all drinks and food with their teacher's ID. And the money that we raise from that goes to the Defend the Legends campaign. So Prospect is actually going to cut us something back to give us to get to the kids. So it's always trying to find creative ways to
Indeed. Jarren, when you going to run for office?
Just put it out there like that.
Not right now, but it's been in the back of my brain. I don't think I'm quite ready yet.
What are you leaning towards? Like, you want to start locally first? You want to be a state
definitely
representative?
Something
you want to jump
local.
right into being a senator?
Nah, something definitely locally for sure. Something close to my house in Missouri City. So I really want to say what yet, but it's something that's been on my mind for the last couple of months that I've talked to Josh and Phil about. But I just think we have to get some more steps in before I, do something like that. Though.
I can see you starting off in city council and working your way up to being a state representative, taking one of the old players' spots here
Please.
in Texas.
Please
be
and
it
thank
Al
you.
Green, be it Sheila Jackson.
Yeah, I need some good hair products.
Sit down, big fella. Sit down, big fella.
KG, I'm not gonna lie to you. What I plan on doing, so I'm turning 30 the day of the concert, so I don't even plan on waking up the next day. To be honest with you,
30.
Yeah.
Welcome, young
I'm
man.
about to celebrate.
Rumble, young man. Just getting started.
What does that mean?
Just getting started.
I'm extra eggnog, extra, all the things that help make sure you have a good time that night. And so if I wake
feel
up,
bad for your girlfriend the next morning.
Eggnog in the flash.
But yeah,
Eggnog in the flash. This boy's living on the edge.
But I might not be all the way there. Just to be honest.
You feel over here cracking jokes.
You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Josha Dada, Phil Wade, Jarren Small, the charity holiday concert.
It's going down.
It is going down, gentlemen. Happening
December 15th.
That's right.
6:30 p.m. at Mercy, 1505 St. Emmanuel. Yeah, man.
Mercy,
Bring the
mercy
family,
me.
come have some fun, and let's give back to the city of Houston that gives so much to us. Shout out to the Astros, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Shout out to the
that's
Rockets because they
historic.
were actually winning games.
Hey, it's number one in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, Cowboys fan. What's up?
See,
Well,
you
it's
just
over for you guys.
ruined the whole interview, bro.
I wish I could see the look KG's giving.
Sorry
Yeah.
about your luck.
Right.
I was a
Can
little
we edit that out?
Yep. Huh? What? Yeah,
So it's Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa. For
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And my favorite word from 4th grade, coochie chagalia.
All right.
Self-determination.
Determination.
Holla at me. I'm involved. I'm deep. Woke.
Joshua Dada, Live Out Loud. Mr. Phil Wade, Jarren Smalls, man. Thank you guys. Y'all do a lot for the community. I appreciate everything you do. Open invite. It's all love.
For sure.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
Love.